Welcome back. My name's Dizeliun. This is Cuisine Royale, basic tips and tricks number 4, and we are going to be going over traps today. So let's start off with the main meta, so to speak, of traps. So you'll find a lot of players will use the same kind of 3, 4, or maybe 5 traps in games, and we'll kind of go over the combination and why it makes it so amazing, and then we'll go over other kind of combinations that I've seen used that are kind of interesting, funky kind of combos and whatnot. So let's get right into it. The main meta of traps in Cuisine Royale. You're always going to be rocking your jump trap. Why? Because you want to be able to have access to places fast as possible, like roofs, high ground retakes, like what are those called? The freaking watchtowers, different to get on the roofs of bunkers. You're always going to want to have a jump pad because you never want to be caught manually climbing items when you're stuck in this manual climb and you can't get out of it and someone's just beaming you from the side. You always want to be able to get up as fast as possible. Jump trap is your trap. Next, you'll see a lot of people use either the right side trap, which will throw you to the right, or you will see people use link portals trap. These two are basically interswapped, I guess, interchanged between the two. So the throw side trap, you'll basically, when you put this on the ground, it'll push you 20 some odd meters over to the right. This is good for when you're in the middle of combat. You look down, put a trap, and you'll boost over to the right, and you can get a different angle from your enemy. If you get downed by an enemy, you can use it to push yourself to the right, so that you could just keep on pushing over and over and over in succession to get away from the people who are downing you. This is also a really good trap if you're in the middle of the zone. You can use it to get out of the zone by putting it down and trying to bounce out of the zone. Very good movement potential for this trap. As for the link portals, is exactly what you think. It's like a teleport trap. You put the one portal down, and then at some point, if you put the second portal down, it will link those two and make it basically like a teleporter. This is very good if you're playing in a squad. You could put one down on the fire, and then you could just leave, go about with your squad business. If someone gets downed, you put your portal down, you pick up their heart, you hit the portal back to the fire. You resurrect your friend, then you both hit the portal back to all their loot. It's really overpowered. Another thing you can use is to link it between 2 different cities. If you're trying to go for high kill games, you can link it between 2 hotspots like LaVille or the church. It's really good to link between 2 hotspots. Another thing that I like to use it for is basically like an out, so to speak. I'll always, every time a new zone's appeared, I'll put one of them inside of a zone, and then I'll just go free roam around. I'll try to get some kills, and if I'm in a situation that I don't like, what I'll do is I'll put that link portal down, I'll get out of there, and basically if you look back down at your portal, we'll go and I'll show you in the game, you can remove your portal traps. You can remove any trap in the game. You can remove enemy traps if you're able to see them. So I always highly suggest removing your link portal trap so that nobody else can enter it. Okay, and then lastly, the main kind of meta trap is the fast run. Now there's 2 different kinds of fast runs. There's this one for 400 souls, or you have the epic version over here for 200 souls. It increases your speed by 200%. Everyone in the battle for 60 seconds. It's over fucking powered. It's insane. You need this. Why? Because you always want to be either have the ability to get into a fight or third party, or get out of a fight. And this is the trap to use. Now you'll see a lot of people who play more passively, they will use these traps down here, the zombie apocalypse traps. If you've ever been in a game and you just notice a bunch of zombies appearing, that's because the enemies are putting down these zombie apocalypse traps. Very annoying. People will tend to camp in the attic or camp inside the zone with their Nimbus IV bag, like we said in the last installment in talking about the special items, and they'll just keep on putting zombie traps down, zombie traps, and it'll just clear out the whole lobby so they don't even have to do anything. So those are basically the main kind of 5 traps that you'll see in a game. Jump trap, allow you to jump onto roofs. Push right trap to push yourself to the right. Link portal trap to teleport yourself. Run speed trap and zombie trap. Now let's go over some of the other traps that are kind of interesting to think about. Frag grenade traps, very useful if you were to kill enemies and there's shit tons of loot on the floor. Put a few frag grenade traps down and people might just run over it, and who knows, you might get some extra kills and just add to the loot pile. Empty fridge traps, these are good to put in the middle of like a hot spot where you think people are going to be walking through. They'll go into the fridge thinking that it's free loot, and lo and behold, you're putting your barrel right in their face. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Other traps that you can think about using. Right here, Trembling Hands. Everyone in battle gets 300% of recoil from firing any weapon. Really good if you're a melee player. You can put this down and nobody's going to be able to hit you. You're just going to be running around free. Another one is the swamp trap right here. So there's this one and this guy right here, quicksand trap. Negative 80% movement speed for anyone in the active trap area. This actually pairs well with the fridge trap. So what your idea would be behind using those two traps would be, you would put a slow trap underneath a fridge trap. So people would walk up like, oh, free loot. They go up to the fridge, and then lo and behold, they're stuck in a quicksand pit that they can't get out of. Okay, then you can come out, beam them real easy, and easy loot. Brown note. This note allows you to basically use any kind of what is it, like a porta potty or a toilet in a house, and it links them almost like the link portal trap, but it randomly links them. I don't know the exact method of how it links all the different toilets together, but I'm pretty sure it always puts you closer into the center of the map or into the center of the zone, right? What else do you have? Raising a zombie. This just raises one single zombie if they walk over it. Weakness trap is basically the weakness traps. It reduces your health when you're in the active area of the trap. Not really used because you can just easily run out of it. It doesn't slow you down or anything. The recoil trap we went already over. You have grenade traps, you have smoke grenade traps, both kind of not really used. River of Life rapidly regenerates health of anyone in the active trap area. Not really used. Fast reloads, nobody really uses that. Elephant skin increases your HP by 300%, but you can't jump or run. So this is very annoying when people use this, because if you're stuck in the middle of the zone, you're trying to get out, you can no longer run. Basically, you just have to walk your way out very slowly, and it's very annoying. Yeah, Steady Hands. This one is like the opposite of Trembling Hands. This reduces your recoil. So if people are popping this, you know for sure that they're going to try to beam you with like an MG or something that is just gonna freaking destroy you. So heads up. Anti-gravity. This reduces gravity by 10 times. So if you were to use a jump trap or jump yourself, you're gonna go 10 times higher than what you normally would. This is actually pretty funny to use sometimes because it feels like you're just having moon fights, but not a lot of people use it. Slowly regenerate. There's a trap in here. I don't know which one it is. I can't find it, but it increases your stamina back to full if you walk over it. I think it's right here. Rapidly regenerate stamina of anyone in the active trap. This symbol lasts for 10 seconds. So they're not always there, so you can't just make a line of them and run back and forth all you want. There's some new traps that they came out with. Bush traps. They're really bad, to be honest with you. They're not even worth it. The bush is barely... It's just like the smallest bush. You can see the player right through it. Very bad. Anti-vehicle Mayan traps. Nobody uses this, dude. Nobody even uses vehicles in this game because you're just going to be popping speed and nobody's ever going to be in it. If you see people in vehicles, you basically just hop in the vehicle with them, go to the back seat, and just bat them in the back of their head. That's another little trick that we'll show you. Random ritual trap. That's just basically what it is. It just starts a random ritual. Yeah, the Steady Hands, elephant skins. I think we basically went all over everything. There's the flood traps. They're useless, to be honest with you. It's not like people die when they're in water. You could just swim away. Same thing goes with the sun eclipse traps. Kind of useless, to be honest. I mean, everyone can't see. It's just a dark map, like whoop-de-doo. And that's basically all the traps. That's kind of the gist of it. The main 5 is what you should be using, or even just the main 3. to be honest. Jump trap, speed trap, link portals, or your throw aside. So yeah, let's kind of go into a practice game and show you how to use these effectively in combat. All right, now that we're in here, let's see. You're gonna open up your pie menu with whatever you mapped it to on your controller or your keyboard, and then you're gonna see at the top 3, these are your 3 traps. It is trap number 1 is gonna be on your left. Trap number 2 is gonna be on the top. Trap number 3 is gonna be on your right. So if you were to open up your pie menu, you can map these 3. As you can see, I'm a controller player. I have it mapped to my D-pad. So left on the D-pad, up on the D-pad, right on the D-pad. And basically, if we go for the first one, it is a jump trap. As you can see, it is pretty effective in pushing you up in the upwards direction. You can use it if you're fast enough to get over walls, to get on top of high grounds and stuff. I use these a lot for these watchtowers. Basically what I'll do is I'll up here, and then to get down I'll use a right trap. So that's what a right trap looks like. It'll push you over. Really good. When you're trying to get out of the zone, you can just pop one. You could kind of get the momentum of bouncing, pop another one, and as you're jumping you'll kind of keep that momentum. Really good if you have Hermes or bunny boots, because you'll keep that momentum longer. Another thing you can use the trap for is if you're fighting someone, I'm shooting, push to the right, and then I have a different angle, right? Or let's say I'm in a down state, I can just keep pushing myself out, pushing myself out, right? And I'm away from the threat, and then now my team can get me. The thing is, when you're trying to put a trap down, you can't do it in the air. It'll say select a flat surface. You basically have to place it on the ground. That goes for anything. Any of the traps you can't put anywhere. You have to look at the ground before you put them. Lastly, the run speed trap. As you can see, now we can run really fast, and paired with Viper, really good. Little combo. You can use Hermes knee pads, which increases your run speed by 40%. All of it stacks. It's a very overpowered combo. And then yeah, so these are the main kind of meta of traps that you'll see in games. Highly recommended to test them out in practice mode. And then if you want to erase one, you just press square, or I don't know what it is on keyboard, but it'll erase it, and now it'll no longer work. It'll show like a little white erase on it, almost like you painted over it. So that's kind of the basics, tips and tricks, the different meta of traps that's going on in the game. And yeah, hopefully everyone enjoys. If you think I missed anything, please post it in the comments below. If you enjoyed the content, please drop a like and a sub. We're going to be doing a lot more tips, tricks, guides, videos on Cuisine and other games like Warzone, so stay tuned. Take care, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.